Hi, everyone. Steve Adubato. Welcome to a very compelling program. We welcome the president of Rowan University, one of our longtime higher education colleagues and partners, Dr. Ali Houshmand. Good to see you, Ali.
Good to see you, Steve, as well. Thank you, sir.
So hold on one second. I was teasing you before you came on the air that you just signed a long-term contract to be the president of Rowan for how long?
Till 2029.
And how long have you already been president?
12 years, I think. Well, interim president and president, 12 years.
That's unprecedented. That does not happen in higher ed. A, why do you think that's happening? B, what's the biggest challenge you face in 2024?
Well, it's happening because I think we have assembled a community, I would say a faculty, of a staff, of the leadership and of the board, but especially that really are in total tune with each other and they're working for a common good. And as a result, we have managed to build an institution and grow it so fast and so extensively that is exciting to continue seeing all this success for everybody's sake. And I really, every morning that I get up, I feel that I have a purpose and everybody else also has a purpose. And that's really what I think a good environment for work should be.
I want to talk about medical education in a second, but I want to also clarify something. When I say Rowan's a higher ed partner, they're an underwriter of our programming. And along those lines, I want to follow up on this. Medical education, huge issue. There's a shortage of physicians, shortage of nurses, healthcare community, post-COVID, whatever post-COVID means, lots of changes going on. You're getting more directly involved in medical education with a hospital in northern New Jersey. Holy name, talk about it.
Well, we are growing our School of Osteopathic Medicine significantly. Currently, the class size is just under 300, and it can still expand. And this has made that school the largest medical school in the state of New Jersey in terms of enrollment. And in order for us to send these students to do their third-year rotation, we need to have hospital partners throughout the state of New Jersey. Therefore, we reach out to anybody who is willing to work with us and provide opportunity for our students to go and get the experiences that they need in order to be a good doctor and hopefully stay in this state and practice. And what is amazing about the School of Osteopathic Medicine is that close to more than 60% of the graduates actually stay in here to do their graduate medical education and end up actually practicing in the state of New Jersey, which is very rare. And that's really is wonderful. So that's the reason that we are collaborating not only with one hospital, but any hospital in North Jersey throughout the state of New Jersey, because we need that as we grow the size of the school.
Let me go back to the question of being president. The graphic will come up, the future of higher education. We've talked to your colleagues in public institutions and private institutions, universities, colleges. The future of higher education. Big story in the Sunday New York Times Magazine, I know you read. Yeah, you're smiling because you saw the cover. And it really questioned in the cover whether higher ed is worth it, whether the investment is worth it, whether the loans later on are worth it, whether the savings that parents have to engage in is worth it. Make the case, please, as to why it's worth it.
I think that there is a strong point. This is a perfect storm where the pandemic and the lack of fit in that what we produce is not necessarily what the industries who hire them are. That is one issue. So there is this disconnect. And then the cost of education is out of reach for a lot of people. And a lot of students go and get a degree and end up getting a job that may be totally unrelated to their degrees. So the whole issue of these micro-credentials has come about that big industries are offering them and give a good job to you. And it makes the parents to wonder whether really higher education is a good investment. I do believe, Steve, that higher education is going to go through a massive transformation. It has to. We have no choice. There are going to be losers and there are going to be winners. At the end of the day, I hope that the country wins, because what I do believe is this. Every 17, 18-year-old has to be able to leave home and have a safe landing somewhere to grow up and to become a good decision maker. I call that a college experience. The mode of delivery, the credential, the living, the learning, and all of that is going to change. The whole notion of professors being sage on the stage is going to change because the knowledge is everywhere. AI is going to blow everybody away.
Okay, well, stay on that. Ali, sorry for interrupting.
Sure.
AI, it's not going to play the good or bad game because it is what it is. Technology isn't just good or bad. It's how people choose to use it. The impact of the impact of AI on higher ed, is it unimaginable at this point for you, or are you excited about it?
Unimaginable. It's going to be massive. Let me just put it that way. So in few years, AI is going to be so powerful that it has probably the entirety of the human knowledge at its disposal. And that AI is now available to every citizen around the globe. Then the question is, who is a professor and who is a student? Everybody has access to the same knowledge. The key to the education then becomes, how do you bring these 17, 18-year-olds and tell them, given that you have all this information, what can you do with it in order to make a good decision? That, to me, is the role of a future professor. And that professor does not necessarily have to be a Ph.D. It could be somebody like Steve Adubato, who wants to actually go in the classroom and tells about his experiences in life. A retired CEO, somebody who is working in a bank. I think all of those individuals are going to come and teach our people, guide our people to become good decision makers. Maybe education becomes that. But the notion that colleges are going to go away, I don't think that should ever happen, nor would it happen. I think the colleges are necessary. I think kids need to leave home. They need to have a soft landing for 3 or 4 years to learn how to become good decision makers, good citizens, and they go out there and be a good citizen. That's why education is very important. But the AI is going to change everything.
And P.S., as Ali mentions, let me also disclose a few years ago, I did, in fact, it was on the faculty at Rowan, was honored to teach a course in communication and leadership. Ali, last question on this. The role of higher education, the role of Rowan as it relates to climate change, environmental responsibility, please.
Oh, it's monumental. You know, I'm a strong believer that there is definitely the humankind has really damaged the environment, and we are doing serious damage to it. And all we have to do is just look at what's happening around the globe in terms of heat and everything else. This past summer, the around Middle East reached 158 degrees. I mean, think about that. People cook in at that temperature. So the role of environment, the universities are huge. We need to really, first of all, practice it ourselves in everything that we build. Start it ourselves. Because we spend massive amount of money to build massive infrastructure that lasts for 100 years. And we better really make these things environmentally responsible in every sense possible. That's the first thing. Second thing, we need to encourage everybody in here as much as possible to go to, you know, the kind of electric cars and create parking lots with charging systems available so that people are encouraged to do that kind of thing. We need to really be responsible in the way that we teach our students where does food come from and how do you keep the environment clean, and get our students involved in the design and in the planning of our campuses so that the future that belongs to them is developed by them. And I really think that those are the kind of things that we need to do to teach our students, but more importantly, to practice it, to show that we genuinely are responding to these challenges in a very, very positive way. And if we do that, I think the students will benefit from that hugely, and the society will.
That's Dr. Ali Houshmand, the president of Rowan University. Ali, I look forward to our next conversation. We always learn when we talk to you. Thanks, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
You guys stay with us. We'll be right back.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by Holy Name, PSC&G, Johnson & Johnson, the Turrell Fund, a foundation serving children, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, New Jersey Sharing Network, New Jersey's Clean Energy Program, NJ Best, New Jersey's 529 College Savings Plan, and by Wells Fargo. Promotional support provided by ROINJ and by New Jersey Monthly.
What is your child's dream for the future? Doctor? Teacher? Architect? Whatever they aspire to be, a college education may realize those dreams. And NJ Best can help. It's the college savings plan specifically designed for New Jersey families. Start saving today with as little as $25, because now is the time to invest in their future. To learn about NJ Best 529 College Savings Plan, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the Investor Handbook available at njbest.com.